Hello, good morning, and welcome, or good evening, or good afternoon, depending on when you're watching. I want to welcome you to another episode of Momentum Monday with me, Emily McHugh, the Supercharge Coach, your business strategist and your business guide. And today it's all about how to build your confidence through muscle memory. Yes, it's a topic that you might like, I wonder what does that mean exactly? Well, you're going to find out today because it is a topic that I've been thinking about for quite a while. I've been working on it, I've been doing it myself, and realize how critical, how overlooked it is. And it's a term that we are familiar with, muscle memory, like your muscles kind of remember what they're trained to do. But we tend to not give it the credit it's due. And today we're going to do just that through the aspect of how it builds your confidence and how you can use it to your advantage in your business. So you'll see here below this quote that I have: "Confidence is your ticket to freedom" by Tim S. Grover. And I've been reading his book called Winning, what it takes to win and excel. And it's a book, he was a trainer of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And he shares various techniques of how the mindset you have to cultivate to win. And muscle memory is a big part of that. And muscle memory helps to give you confidence in many, many ways. And today we're going to share 3 key ways how it works to your advantage. And yes, it's really quite an intriguing thing. It is. But before we get into all the wonderful tips, let me remind you that if you're watching this video, especially if you're on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're watching me, please make sure to subscribe to the channel at Supercharge Coach, like, comment, share, and absolutely subscribe, and set the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our episodes. And thank you so much for doing that. So without any further ado, let us go into point number 1. So in order to build your confidence through muscle memory, you have to practice consistently. Whatever it is that you're trying to work on, you need to work on it consistently. So whether it is any aspect of growing your business, building your business, or any personal self-development thing you're working on. So for example, for me with my music, with my violin, practicing daily, ideally, certainly consistently, is what makes the difference. And I will use my violin as a metaphor for this expression, this whole discussion today, because by appreciating that when you practice, and not just repetitively, like just over and over and over and over again, but intentionally, with a specific purpose in mind. So you can practice something consistently and it still not really get better, or it's still not really improve, and it really still needs more refining, whether it's a technique or whether it is a better way of doing things. So you want to practice properly. As they say, perfect practice gets you better. Practice makes perfect, but it's perfect practice makes it perfect. So you have to, when you're practicing something, make sure you're practicing it the right way. You're not re-practicing it the wrong way and making it consistently wrong. So you want to do it in a way that that it gets better, and understand that just being effective in that way allows you to kind of really hone your skills. So it's about honing your skills, practicing to hone your skills. That is the first tip. The second one is breaking it down. Now, this right here, this is key. This is the foundation of it. And this is the foundation of the practice. That when you're practicing, you want to break it down into small, bite-sized chunks. And what tends to happen, what creates overwhelm, what creates problems, is that we try to do it all at once in one fell swoop. And when it doesn't work out and we can't get it, it's because we haven't broken it down sufficiently. And that also applies to people in their business. They're like, okay, why am I not making a sale? Why am I not doing this? Why is this not happening for me? Because maybe you need to break down the steps even more. Break them down more. Don't try to do all of these things in one fell swoop. So I'm going to give you a little example today, a little case in point with the breaking down. So recently I played the national anthem, and if you want to see that video, I have it here on YouTube. And in doing the anthem, I've played the anthem literally thousands of times by now, but sometimes I will, like my confidence is like, why do I have this issue with this note? Or why do I have this issue with that? And it was because I was not really relying on my muscle memory properly, or making my muscle memory break it down enough. So one technique that my violin teacher, Anna Zivkovic, taught me was to just change how I was doing my bows. So I was doing up bow, down bow, and she says, no, maybe you should try just slurring it, where you play more bows, more notes in one bow. And that made all the difference. It steadied me. So I was going like this. And she said, why don't you try doing it like this? Okay? Just change that. Okay, watch the video for the rest. So by breaking that section down into the slurs, into the micro segments, it made it just feel more comfortable, because that segment right there was giving me a whole lot of trouble. So break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down. No, I want a better sound than that. Yeah, break it down. All right, I think you got the point. Now, moving right along to the third point. But before we get to the third point, let me remind you to please kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share. Okay, don't forget. All right, and set that notification bell. That is very, very important. Okay, so now on to our third point, which is trust yourself. Trust yourself, trust the muscle memory. So one of the things that when I was doing the practicing is I would stop looking at my fingers. Stop looking at my fingers. My fingers know where to go. When I would look at them, I would like, where are they going? Don't even look at them. That's why I like to close my eyes, block out things, and then trust the fact that you have been practicing, you have put in the work, you have broken it down, and now it's time to just relax into the fact that you have put in your work, that you have done your practicing, that you are prepared. And trust yourself, and trust the fact that your fingers know what to do. Yeah, it's something I want you to let it sink in, because a lot of times, let's say a public speaker, someone wants to go out and they get nervous before going on stage, because one of the main reasons, there are two key reasons people get nervous when they are going to do a performance. Number one, they don't feel fully prepared, and number two, they don't want to look stupid. That's really the bottom line. Not prepared and don't want to look stupid, which kind of ends up being the same thing. But if you are prepared, you cannot look stupid. Okay, you cannot. So once you're prepared, that's all that matters. Or you might wonder if you're prepared enough and all of this, but there's only so prepared you can get. And also, then the other thing people get nervous about is like if things happen that is outside of their control, like what happens if something goes wrong, or if I forget, or if I mess up. Well, what happens if you do? Then you just have to flow with it. You just have to go with it. But you try to prepare in yourself in as many circumstances as possible. So, again, with the violin, I was playing outdoors in the stadium. How do I prepare? Well, I practice outdoors in my house, in my yard. And that helped me so much. I was able to play with the wind. I was able to do all of that. And that's something else that my wonderful teacher encouraged me to do. She said, go outside and play outside, because that will allow you to commune with nature. But it also had the double effect of helping me prepare for how nature feels when you're playing. So I was more confident because I was used to playing outside and hearing the sounds of being outside and just the wind and all of that. So it didn't faze me or throw me off. Whereas if I wasn't prepared mentally, I would have been thrown off by that. That's when the wind is whirling in your ears. Sometimes it's like, woo, and it kind of distracts you. So you want to minimize your distractions and allow yourself to just relax into what you've prepared yourself to do. So trust yourself, trust the muscle memory that it will come through for you. And when you still your mind and just relax your thoughts, it knows what to do, and it will do it, and it will take a lot of the the pressure and the nerves off you. And that made a huge difference for me. So I encourage you to try it. If there's anything that you're working on that you're struggling with, or you feel that it's really just kind of not coming together, break it down further, break down the steps further. So actually, I didn't even do my summary, my recap page today. All right, well, I'll just do it this way. So the first thing, just as a quick recap, the first thing you want to do is to practice consistently. That's number one. Number two is to break it down. And number three is to trust yourself and trust your muscle memory. And this allows you to build your confidence through muscle memory. And of course, the biggest muscle of all is, what is it? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comments. What is the biggest muscle of all? Your brain, of course, your brain, absolutely your brain. And that brain, which runs everything else, if you train it well, it will not fail you. So please, people, work on it. And I hope these tips are helpful to you. Remember down below, confidence is your ticket to freedom. It certainly is. Walk out there with, hold your head high, straighten up yourself, full extension, and just make it happen. Make it happen. So go do that today with full confidence in yourself and your abilities and your talents and what you have to offer. All right. So with that, I wish you happy Momentum Monday. Stay supercharged and come back next week for more. And don't forget to, you know what to do. Subscribe at Supercharge Coach. See the description for links and join the Supercharge Club, guys. Hey, why is this thing all over the place? Join the Supercharge Club at thesuperchargeclub.com. And sign up for the newsletter. Sign up for this Supercharge Weekly newsletter where we discuss things like this. And check out my blog, which I will be doing a blog post on this topic this week. Okay, until next time, have a great week. Stay supercharged.